Hello and how are you? My name is Mohindo Mubarak, and in today's video we're going to look at the post method using Android HTTP library, and that's Retrofit. In the previous video we looked at the get method, and in this video we're going to look at the post method, how we can implement post in Android HTTP library of Retrofit. I hope you're ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's do it. Okay, so you remember in the previous video we created this form that was collecting the data of a user, that is the name and the country and the age, and it was sending this information to the server, and then it brings the response and display it here. So today, and in the previous video we used get method. In this video we're going to use the post method. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So I'll begin by coming to our project, which is this one. If you have not watched these videos, please go and watch the previous videos. They're just like 2 videos. Just click on the link in the description of this video, watch them, and then you'll get the same point with us. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add here another button that will take us to the activity of post. And remember, if you want this source code, you can as well download it from the link that I put in the description of this video. So I'm going to change this one to post method. Okay, so I'm going to change this click method from the open get method. I'm going to change it to open post method. Okay, make it small letters, open post method. Then I'll press alt and enter to create this method, alt and enter like this, and then I say create post method. And this method will be creating in the in our main activity, so that if someone clicks here, it will launch this post method. Okay, so this one I just want to open the activity for the post method. So we have not created the activity for the post method, so let's create it right now. So I'll simply come to my project here and right click and say new. Then I come and say activity and select new activity, and I select empty activity. Okay, so in this activity I'm going to just delete everything and change this one to post method activity. Okay, post method activity. So this method will be specifically just for testing for learning the post. Okay, so that activity is there, you see it has been created. Okay, so I have to come and put here in the main activities that we should be able to navigate to it. So I'll copy this start activity and come and paste it here, and I come and change this one from get, and I'll change it to what? To post method activity, this one here, so that if someone clicks on this method and then the other button, you should open this activity of post method. So let's go ahead and do the logic of of post method here. So we'll begin by working with the layout. Okay, the main form layout. So I click on split so I can have the 2 views, and I'm going to use the other method of, I'm going to use the other form of the get activity. Okay, so we'll just use it for the post. Okay, so I'm going to come here to our get activity, or is it get method activity, and I'll click press Ctrl and click on it. I just want to save time by just using the same layout. Okay, where is it? The get method example, where is it? Get method activity example, press Ctrl and click on it. Oh, okay, yeah, it is there. So I'm going to collapse everything, and I'll copy it, and I'm going to explain everything, don't worry. So here is our post method, and I'll come and paste it here. Let me explain everything, don't worry that you're going to get lost. Okay, so I'll first change this one from I'll change it to linear layout. Okay, so I'll come here and put linear layout, and I give orientation of vertical. Okay, so after making the main activity linear layout, I'll come and now expand this one, and you see what code I pasted here. Okay, it's just a simple code which is having a linear layout with orientation of vertical, and we're having the first edit text, you can see here, which is having the name and the ID of a name. We're having the second one, which is edit text also, and is having a placeholder of country, and the ID is country, and the third one is the age and the ID is age, you can see. And then lastly we have the button for what? For upload data. And then we have also a field where I'll be seeing the response. Okay, we called it just text view. So that's what I created here. That's what I've just created here. Okay, so we're going to go to our post method activity and then implement the logic of how we can send the data. So we already write these things in the get activity, but let me repeat. Okay, so I'm going to call here method for binding data. Maybe I can say bind form or bind anything, bind views, something like that, anything that you want. And this method is where I want to put to put the views. Okay, so I'll create this method by just simply pressing, you see how I've done it. I click here, I press Alt and Enter, and then I create this method here. Okay, so in this method I'm going to now link these views with a what? With a back end. Okay, so I'll come and create the first name. Okay, the first name. So I'm going to just put here a first name, of course, is of a data type edit text. Okay, so I'll come and put here edit text, and I'll call it name, maybe name view. I can call it name, I'll call it name view, anything that I want, name view. Okay, and then inside this bind method I'll come and bind it is equal to find view by what? By id r dot id dot name dot name, not name view. Okay, so that's done. So we'll go ahead and bind the edit, I mean the country. So I'll come here and maybe duplicate this one and call this one country view. Okay, then I'll come and copy this and duplicate this one also, just paste here country view, and of course it will be country. Okay, so after doing that, let's go ahead and do for the edge. So I just come and copy this edge and come and duplicate it here, paste it here, and then come and put it here and paste it here. Then I'll come and say upload data here, btn, which is a button. So I'll come here and create a button variable, and then I bind it here. Okay, btn upload. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, so I want when someone clicks here, then lastly maybe I can call this one response or text view, anything. So it is a what? It's a text view. Okay, and it is this one, the one that will be putting just the response. Okay, text view. So after doing that one, then we're going to go ahead and now put the click listener on this button upload, and then we do the logic of uploading the data to our server. So I'll just simply put here dot set on click listener. It's going to be new on click listener. Actually, you need to watch the previous videos to get the whole concept here properly. Okay, it's just a short video, and find the link in the description. Just watch it and then proceed to this one if you did not watch the previous one. Okay, so here's where I'm going to do the logic of sending the post. Okay, so I'm going to call here, maybe I'm going to call it upload data. Okay, that's a method that I'm going to create. I'll press Alt and Enter, and I say should be created in the main activity here. Okay, so here I'm going now to bind the views. For example, I'm going to need a string of a name, after the string of the name we need a string of a country, and a string maybe of age. And then we are going to fetch this data from the form by simply saying name equals country value, I mean name value, name view dot what dot get text dot string. So here we go ahead and get the country. As you can see here, country is equal to country view dot get text dot to string, and then lastly get the age is equal to country, I mean age view the text to string. And then after doing that, then we'll go ahead and now do the logic of uploading the project, I mean of uploading this data on what on internet, or sending it to internet. We've already done that logic in the other get method. What is it? Here, the get method already something like that one. So it's not the same, I mean it's not so different, it's almost the same. So I'll show you the steps. First of all, we create the retrofit object, which is equal to just here, like you can see here, retrofit, and then you give it a name. Is equal to new retrofit builder, and then put on builder dot base URL. We put the base URL, of course. This is the base URL for our project on the local host. I discussed these things in the previous video. I explained everything in the previous video, like the way you see here. Then you put add converter, and you put scalars converter factory. Okay, this one will enable us to fetch the plain string from internet, or from the response, and then you put dot build. I hope you can write this. That is step number 1. So step number 2, we create the object of the interface. Okay, the object of the interface, which is a web interface. Of course, the interface we created, retrofit.create, and then put web interface.class. This is the interface that we created. So I'm going to go in the interface and add the method for what? For the post example. Okay, so I'll come here in the project, and then I go to the interface, which is this one, the web interface that we created here. So I'm going to create the method for what? For the post. Of course, it's going to be at, put here at what? At post. You've read post, at post, and then you put the method that you want to, the link that you want to be accessing, that will be added on the what? On the main project. So I'm going to be like this one, but the difference here, I'll just change this one to what? To post instead of get. Okay, so we'll create that file in our XAMPP. Then after doing that, then you create a call method, call, and then you put call, and then you put the response that we're expecting. Of course, it is a string for now, and then you put the name of this method. Okay, so I can call it just like the way you can see it here, post method example, something like that. Okay, and then open a bracket and then close the bracket at the end. Okay, so inside this bracket I put the values that I want to send to the server. Okay, so the value that I want to send the server, of course, going to be at post instead of query. At field. Okay, at field. So here we don't put query, but rather we put field. So at field, of course, we'll send the name, and then I put comma, and then we'll also send the what? The country. So this one can be any of your field that you want, and then lastly we'll send the age. Okay, so that's what we'll send, and we just put at field, like you can see here. So we have to add here something. We have to add the value that we expect, how we receive it. Of course, going to be string, and then you can call this one name, and then here we come also and put string, and we call this one what? Country, and then we come and put here string and call this one age. So that's how we receive the values. Okay, so that's how we receive the values. So let's go ahead and do what? And now implement this post. So you can see here we did it in the get method. Okay, you can see it here. So I'll copy it and paste it here. That is step number 3. Okay, say call, and then you put the value that you're expecting, and then you say plain text call. Of course, this one can be anything that you want, and then you put web interface.get method example. But now here, instead of putting get, we're going to put post. Of course, we used post. And then after, you'll have here the name, and then you'll have the country, and then you'll have the age. That's what that you're sending. Okay, so one more thing that we have to add here is the on the interface here on top is we have to override the form URL encoded, otherwise it will throw an error. For post, you have to override form. You have to annotate form URL what? Form URL encoded. Otherwise, if you don't put this annotation, then you'll have an error. So you have to add this one on top of the post. So after doing that, we'll come back to our project, and now again, we'll go ahead and now implement the call. Okay, that is step number 4. As you can see here, this is step number 4. So copy it, and then you can put this plain text, this one dot enqueue, and then this enqueue we attach the new callback, and then you put string. Let me write it as you see. The step number 4 is going to be plain text call dot enqueue, and then you put new call back in capital letter, call back, and of course everything will be written for you by the by the emulator. So in this response, what I do, I just get the text view, the other text view that we created. Let me delete everything here. Okay, let me explain. Okay, I'll just delete this one and explain. Step number 4. So after queuing on this call, and then we say on response, that is when it will respond successfully. We can get that response code, and we can get the response code, we put it there, and then so we put the body. Okay, so here we're just setting the text view, and also here we set the text view to be the error in case we have an error. So after doing that, then we're going to go to our backend or to our PHP and create the file that will handle this data. So I'll just come here to my project. Okay, we don't know we created a project. Now I have to create another file for handling this post. This is just for demonstration. Okay, so it will be just almost like this one. So I just simply press Ctrl+Shift+S to resave it as, and then I put this one post method.php to save it. So we'll have it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you. First, comment everything. I'm just going to dump everything that comes, which is going to be printer, and I put what post, right, because expecting this time data in a in post. Okay, so I'll save, and then I'll come and run the project, and you see what we've made so far. I'll click on run. So it has finished running. Let's go ahead and click on post method, and we'll have that. So I'll put here name Muhindo Mubarak, and country I'll put Uganda, and age I can put maybe 17. Okay, so I'll close the keyboard, and then I'm going to click here to upload the data. So you can see the response is beautiful. The name is there, the country, the count is there, and the and the age. So you can go ahead and use this data. Okay, so to show that you can manipulate the data, so I'll just simply check if it's set the name, the country, and the and the age. The post, of course, this time is not the get. So I change this one to post. Okay, then I save, and I click even without running, of course, because it's on the server. So I click on upload data. Can you see your name? Is it you or your name? Okay, it should be your. So if I come and resend the data again, see, your name is Muhindo Mubarak, you come from Uganda, and you are 17 years old. So if you can access the data here like this, if you can manipulate it, then it means that you are able to do it with anything that you want. You can insert it into the database, you can do anything that you want. But the point is that you have successfully got it from your application to your website or your web server, and that's the main target using the post for today's video. Okay, so that's it for today. You can pause the video and look at how I wrote these things. As well, I'm going to share this source code in case you want to see the source code directly. You can just find the link in the description of this video, and then you look at the source code for both PHP and this Android project. I hope the video was helpful to you. Let's meet in the next video, where I'm going to look at more deep in the in this Android programming. Thank you for watching. Oh, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Let's meet in the next video.